So, hey Leo, how you doing?
Not too bad, James. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for agreeing to do this today. Can you start by
No
telling
worries.
us how we know each other and what it is that you do with yourself?
I used to go to college studying film with yourself. Basically, now I work in marketing for a company, which is looking for a permanent role after this year.
Okay, so what happened between college and where you are now then?
Basically, we studied college, and the college got me what I needed, BTEC wise. It got me all the grades I needed, and it gave me a chance to figure out what I wanted to do in the course. And I really like doing advertisements, and I really like that side. So I went and got an apprenticeship straight after college, doing marketing for a company. And then basically now me and the company are both discussing permanent roles, as I've just had a 13% pay rise with a 17% bonus for this year.
Yeah, very nice. So you left college like July just gone.
Yeah.
So you're about a year out of college now. Yeah.
A year with marketing experience, a year with the job of marketing experience. Already got a year on my CV for marketing, and I've already got a permanent contract in place ready to sign at the end of this year.
Brilliant. So what is your job title?
I'm a content. Bear me a second.
I'll do the question again and then I can cut it.
Yeah, there you go. Carry on.
So what is your job title?
My job title is a content producer, so I work in marketing. Basically, I do advertisements for companies, and I do all their posts, basically whatever you see from on the website, whatever you see on social media, whatever you see the company put out digitally. That's all to do with me. I'm in charge of basically making sure the company has the best outview digitally wise, and basically I'm the face of the company.
Okay, brilliant. And you've been doing that as an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Until now, when you're about to sign a full-time contract with them, which is
at the end of this year, they've already got a contract in place with my pay, etc. I'm no longer on the apprenticeship pay. I'm on the company pay, and basically it's all ready. Just whenever I finish the apprenticeship, it's just going to stay on with the company now, and hopefully, I've already built good connections with the rest of the marketing team, so we already have a good, stable team, and hopefully just look to advance with the company and see what happens in the future.
brilliant. So, could you have gone straight from school into the role that you're doing now as an apprentice, or do you feel that you needed college in the gap?
I definitely needed college. I mean, when I went for my interview, I basically said what I was learning in college, and it basically sold it to them. I wouldn't have known all the key terms unless it was for yourself and the course. So when I went to them and I started blabbering on about it, they were like, well, okay. So that definitely won it for them. So I think I was up against someone that did a photography course. So.
Okay, great. And could you talk us through an average day at work for you? I know that right now things aren't particularly normal. We're doing this interview in the middle of lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully towards the end of lockdown because we're about 14
Yeah.
weeks in. But prior to lockdown, what was an average day for you? So you get up, you get to work, and then what?
Log onto the computer, have a brief meeting at work. So they give you a rundown of all the briefs, all the clients, what Ebony's doing, and what customers we've had overnight from eBay and Amazon. You log on to eBay and Amazon, have a look at the orders, have a look at how products are looking, if there's any glitches on the software, and where it can be amended or where better photos can be taken. You basically then log on to your social media, have a look if there's any post ideas, have a look what rivals are posting and seeing what you can do. You take a wander into the warehouse, have a look at different products to post, take it back upstairs, and you basically get ready to post new products all over the e-commerce or social media. And basically you talk to the rest of your marketing team, see if there's anything that he's doing for charity. And basically it's just making sure that everything's running smoothly and the company's still operating as it should be digitally, and no bad hate is being spread about the company. Or if any reviews have been made, that you're making sure that that customer's being notified to see if they will change the review if you do something for them.
Okay, great stuff. And how many people are in the marketing team?
There's only 3 of us currently. It's fairly new to the company. The company's been stuck in the Stone Age for a while, so it's basically hasn't been digitally marketing properly. It only had a website. basically we got we've got one that does the designing work, so he develops all the pictures, and he knows everything about the products. Got another guy who's in charge of the coding for the website, or if anything goes wrong, then you've got me who gets passed all the ideas and has to create something out of the ideas. And Mace has to make sure that the ideas that I'm being given can turn into something better, and any bad ideas get thrown out the window, basically, or get developed on for the future.
Okay, and what sort of products does the company you work for make?
Door hardware, so stuff for the NHS or industrial doors, like fire door equipment. So basically anything you see on a door, basically, but the door. So we've just supplied all the door hardware to like the new NHS buildings that they're building for the COVID-19. And we're supplying whatever we can to different companies to make sure that they can build the doors needed.
Okay, so if I was to say to you, then I'm going to take you back in time here. You're 15 years old, and you come to me and you're like, James, yeah, I think I want to study media at college in the future. And I say, I think you'll get a job as a content producer at a door hardware company. What would your thoughts be at that time compared to what your thoughts are now that you're actually doing the job?
I think at that time it'd be a bit more like, oh, it's a door hardware company. But I think as long as you're willing to grow with the company, and companies can sound boring, but it's not about what products they sell, it's about how they can turn those products into something fun. Because no product's ever going to be boring. You can always turn it into something. And door hardware company doesn't sound like the best, but then it's up to you to use your imagination a bit more and to be able to perform something from it, because it's actually fun. And it's not just about, I work for a company. It's about the people you work with as well. Like, I mean, we've got one guy who's the most imaginative person on the planet, and God, his ideas you come up with, you're like, since when did you come up with that? Like, hold on a minute. So it can sound boring, but it actually isn't. I mean, there is days where it's kind of like, I haven't got much to do, but it's those days then you just got to use your brain a bit more. And I mean, if you're doing filmmaking, you will have an imaginative side and you can perform something from it.
Yeah, and I think that's really important, because like I speak to a lot of young people who come to me and they're like, James, I really want to be a camera operator, and then it's kind of that whole scope of like, well, camera operators can do such a massive range of things. Are you talking about being on the side of a football pitch, or are you talking about filming flowers for the Chelsea Flower Show? Like, where do you see yourself in this spectrum of like adrenaline and excitement through to something really slow and peaceful? And I don't think people always necessarily consider that it's the same job. Like, you could be a content producer for someone like Nike, but really, you'd be doing the same job as what you're doing right now. You'd still get products, you're still trying to make them look exciting and working within those boundaries. So I think it's really important and a really good experience as well. So what do you see as being next for yourself from where we are now?
Well, I think you've always got to start off small. You're not going to go straight into a football stadium. You're not going to be going straight, and you've got to build the experience. You can't just go to college and hope that once you get out of college, everything's going to be fine. And it's the same for university. I mean, I've got in the industry by not going to university. I've got into the industry without going into debt. Like, you can do it without. Don't be pressured into making decisions just based on what your friends doing. Like, most of my mates went into university. Don't be pressured into going to university just because your mates are. Go do what you think's right, and if the opportunity's there, take it. Don't think, I'm not going to get it, so I'm not going to apply for it. Because that was my first reaction. I was like, I probably won't get it, but I still applied for it, and I did get it. And I think what's next for myself would probably be staying on with the company, seeing where it gets me, and if another offer come up, depends how big the company is, because I love it where I am now. It's a very social company. We have like tuck shops and everything. So I love it where I am now. You get paid to eat chocolate all day. I mean, what could you ask? And it's a good workforce to work with. The management know you by your name, not by like your number. You don't have to book appointments with your management. You just go down to them if you ever have a problem. It's not all. You don't really have to be a big company to be happy and to succeed. As long as you've got your name somewhere, it's a job at the end of the day. And I think it just depends where the future takes me. I mean, I'm content. I'm content where I am now, but just depends whatever happens, doesn't it?
Brilliant. And that's some really good advice as well, I think, Leo. I think it's really valuable. You were really proactive towards the end of that college course in going, like, James, I'm going to get an apprenticeship, and actually doing something about it. And I remember you coming to me and being like, I've had interviews here and here and here, and I've been offered this and I've been offered this, and it was really nice to see you putting that into process.
Yeah.
We do get students, and there was students in your class who were like, yeah, I'm going to get an apprenticeship. And you go, what are you doing about it? And it was almost like, well, I'm just going to sit on this sofa and I'm going to wait, and eventually the door's going to knock and there'll be an apprenticeship. Right? There was some people like that, wasn't there, who were just who were waiting for an apprenticeship to find them, which is never going to happen. Like, apprenticeships do not work like that unless you're going to get an apprenticeship with your parents' company or your uncle's company, and then they're going to come and collect you and take you to that apprenticeship. Like, you were really proactive in getting yourself out there. So would you offer any advice in terms of anybody at sort of finishing the course who's considering getting an apprenticeship? What would you say to them?
I'd say, if you want an apprenticeship, don't rush in. Don't rush into getting interviews. Don't bottle on the press. Don't sit around either. There's different websites for you, and it doesn't hurt to actually go into a company either and say, look, I want to work for you as this. Is there an apprenticeship out there? Would you be able to do an apprenticeship for me? Because new companies are looking for apprenticeships, but don't actually have the cost to put a job ad up there. And I think you just got to, sometimes it helps to just sit back and go, right, because I had days where I was just like, there's nothing for me today, so I'm not going to apply for it. Don't rush into an apprenticeship just because you want to make other people happy. Just wait around for the perfect one to come up, because it will come up. Marketing's forever on the rise, and there's different jobs out there. And if you have to relocate, there's no bad thing about relocation. I mean, as long as you can find the cost somewhere to relocate, and it's your future at the end of the day. If you want to better your career, sometimes you just got to relocate. I mean, I was lucky to not have to relocate really for my job, because I think the problem with Stafford and towns like this is sometimes you've got to be willing to move, because Stafford's not the right town for marketing really. It depends on solely on what comes up, and I think you've got to be ready to move to better yourself in your career. And sometimes you just got to look outside the box, really.
Yeah, great. Last question for you, Leo. What advice would you give to yourself when you were 15 that you know now?
Don't wait around as such. You know it's going to come, and just because I think I worried myself a bit more near the end. I was like, I'm not going to get very far, and I mean, I'm not going to succeed very far, but I think that took a toll on my performance in college a slight bit. When sometimes I worried a bit in the course, then I was like, isn't it, you bottle it, but just don't worry about it. Let things happen, and things will come your way eventually. Life has a funny way of doing things, and you just got to take it.
All right, good advice. Good advice.
And there's a good pay rise for you in the year.
Leo, I just wanted to say I'm so proud of what you're doing with yourself. You're doing such a great job of following that road, and as we've said in this discussion, like as a content producer, you get to flex so many of those creative skills that you've got, and I'm really pleased you get to do a job where you get to make use of those skills and make use of the creativity. I wish you all the best for your future. I hope you enjoyed that careers talk, and that it's opened your eyes to another career in this vast industry. There's more talks on our channel, and we're adding to them all the time. So whilst you're here, why not hit the subscribe button? And don't forget to like this video. We'll see you soon.